and welcome to Club 5, episode 18 of The Pilgrimage on FM24. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode I've got two games for you. We're away at Fulham and then at home to Liverpool in the Premier League. And as you can see, we come into it in horrible form, so let's see if we can turn that around. And the team to face Fulham is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here is the team for the game away to Fulham, and it is Verbruggen in goal, back four of Aït-Nouri, Darling, Leandri and Walters, Gore at the base of midfield, Wharton and Tahumu ahead of him, Diego Lopez on the left, Franco on the right and Kalajic up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant is sick and tired of getting bad results and wants them to go out there and change that starting now. Completely agree with him, so let's point the finger and say that. And let's get into the tunnel for our tunnel interview. Both teams come into this one in spell of poor form. Is this therefore a good opportunity to step up and arrest your recent struggles? It's a great opportunity. Okay, you've won the last three matches against Fulham. Is that sort of run important, and can you keep it going on Sunday? Gives us confidence. Do you hope your team can produce? If we play at the levels we're capable of, we'll be fine. So let's get out there and see if we can. And as you can see with the league table, we're in the bottom three. As it stands, Fulham just outside, but if we manage to pull off the win, we will dump Fulham into the bottom three and climb out ourselves. So that's got to be the aim. Aït-Nouri back to Darling, into Gore, Darling to Leandri, plays it forward for Franco, and Kalajic is there to apply the finish. And there's a question mark over offside. So it will be checked by VAR, and the verdict is disallowed. So it remains 0-0. 10 minutes gone. And I didn't think it was offside, so it must have been close. Let's demand more. And start looking at who might need to come off. And I think Aït-Nouri at the moment is prime candidate at half-time for being substituted. Tomiyasu to Ndiaye, Lee Kang-in to Cordoba. Lee Kang-in gives the ball back to us. Leandri to Tahumu, plays it into Diego Lopez. His diagonal ball is cut out by Mourinho. Mukiele back to Henderson in goal. Cordoba finds Bissouma. Mourinho to Cordoba, into Palhinha, Tomiyasu into Ndiaye in midfield, who drifts out to the left. Leandri's cut it out, but we've given away possession again. Bissouma into Sucic, and Luka Sucic gives Fulham the lead. Although this one is also being checked for a possible offside. Can we get lucky and have the goal disallowed? No, it is Fulham 1, Wolves 0. So on such fine margins has our season been defined, if I'm honest. Walters to Wharton though, cleared. Sucic, Gore gets in the way. Wharton to Aït-Nouri on the left. Plays it forward for Diego Lopez. Back to Wharton, who finds Tahumu, and the shot goes wide. Not managing to trouble the goalkeeper enough at the moment. Bissouma to Cordoba, long ball forward. Walters cuts it out but gives it straight to Tomiyasu. And Fulham attack down the left. Velez back to Cordoba. Cordoba being put under pressure finds Mourinho into Palhinha. Bissouma to Mourinho into Tomiyasu. Mourinho to Cordoba again. into Lee Kang-in. And he's done a lovely bit of skill to beat his man. And Verbruggen keeps us in the game, although 1-0 down, with a brilliant save. At the expense of a corner, which Lee Kang-in will take. Headed away, but falls to Sucic. And the rebound is hammered home by Nordi Mukiele. And it is Fulham 2, Wolves 0. So, we'll press Sucic. That's probably a little bit after the horse has bolted, but we've got no choice. We've got to do it. And we're going to get to half-time, 2-0 down. So plenty of work to do. And lots of candidates for substitutions now. We've got to be better in front of goal. Absolutely true. Right, Diego Lopez can go up front. Kalajic can come off for Silva. And what else can we do? Anderson Nyangbo for Andre Franco. In fact, no, he's doing all right. Anderson Nyangbo for Diego Lopez. And let's try Silva up front. And those two the other way around. And swap our midfielders around as well. That's a little bit better. Now, need to take off our left back, Nori, and bring on Guindo. And that'll do. 3 changes at half time in an attempt to turn it around. Let's go attacking. As Leandri finds Walters. Into Wharton. Back to Leandri. Square ball to Darling. Plays it back to Leandri. Out to Walters on the right. Nyangbo doesn't get there. Tomiyasu to Cordoba. Polinia to Bissouma. And Dai to Sucic. And Fulham attack down there right. Franco's won it back. Finds Wharton. Nyangbo on the right hand side. Plays it back to Gore into Tahumu. Franco for Silva. And he's missed the target, but he's offside anyway. So big chance not taken. And let's demand more. In fact, let's not. Wharton's free kick. Nyangbo to Gore, but it's cut out. Wharton to Gore, Tahumu to Franco. Falls to Silva, and he can't beat the keeper. Henderson with a brilliant save. Keeps it at 2-0. Tahumchu with the corner into the box. Headed away. Nyangbo plays it back to Guindo. Tahumchu to Gore. Leandri. And the highlight comes to an end. Now we're an hour in. And we've picked up an injury to David Leandri. Mosquera's going to come on. So that's our 4th substitution. 1 more remaining. And I'm not sure who it's going to be yet. But we have offered absolutely nothing in this game from an attacking point of view. And defensively we've not been great either. And when you add those two things together, it invariably means a defeat, which is what we're staring at today. Franco needs to come off. Yakubu can be the one to come on. And we've got 4 minutes of added time. We need 2 goals. We're not going to get them. And that is full time. Fulham 2, Wolves 0. And I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode, and a home game against Premier League leaders Liverpool. Team for this one, Verbruggen in goal. Back four is Guindo, Darling, Mosquera and Walters. Wharton behind João Gomez and Gore in midfield. Silva on the left wing, Franco on the right, Diego Lopez up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant thinks we need to show everyone what we're all about. I'm going to disagree with him this time. I'm going to say we're the underdogs, but that suits us. Go and cause a few surprises. We'll point the finger and tell them that. And let's get into the tunnel. Where are you looking for improvements after a disappointing match against Fulham? Stick to our game plan. I am going to say I want the players to try their best, can't ask for any more. Luton face Manchester City and will be hoping for a win to alleviate their relegation fears. Can you see them staying up? Nope. Can't see us staying up at the moment either. So let's see if we can get at least a point at home to league leaders Liverpool. So Liverpool in possession. Eric to Konate. Into Dudu. Gives it straight to Guindo, who finds Fabio Silva. Down the left hand side, Fabio Silva plays it back into an area, but Dudu has intercepted it. It's cleared by Liverpool, but only as far as Guindo. Into Gore. Back to Mosquera. Gore into Diego Lopez. Round the corner for Franco, but it's cut out. Alisson finds Carboni, but he gives it straight to Walters. Into Franco, who shoots, and Franco hits the post. So we're off to a decent start. We're making Liverpool think a little bit, but we've got nothing to show for it yet. So can we manage to get a goal and put some pressure on the teams above us? Won't be enough to get us out of the bottom three today, even a win, but it will at least cut the gap to safety. Franco to Walters. Walters ball into the box. Silva hits the woodwork and Bajcetic clears, and the highlight comes to an end. We've started really well, but the one thing we haven't done is had a shot on target yet. Walters with the throw in. Franco back to Mosquera. Walters to Mosquera. Square ball to Darling. Back to Mosquera. Out to Walters on the right, who runs forward with it. Gets away from his man, gets the cross in, and Fabio Silva with a bullet of a header makes it Wolves 1, Liverpool 0. And that's our first, in fact it's the first effort on target of the match, and as you can see it lifts us up to third from bottom in the table, ahead of Leicester and Luton, 1 point adrift of Sunderland and safety. And it's Luis Diaz with a free kick, which clips the crossbar, although it's helped on its way by the goalkeeper. So a Liverpool corner, which Dudu will take. Headed away by João Gomez, back to Dudu. And João Gomez makes the clearance. And that's half time. Wolves 1, Liverpool 0, and we deserve it as well. So let's get in the dressing room and tell the lads that we're pleased. So we'll agree with my assistant. And now it is all about, can we just eke out a little bit more? I need to take Franco off. He's not played well. So Guedes can come on for him. And up front, Kalajic can have a go. Let's see how we get on in this second half. Can we see it through and pick up an unlikely first win of the season at home to Liverpool, who have now had a shot on target, but it's Guedes now with a free kick which has hit the bar, and the follow-up is put behind. And the highlight comes to an end. Really good start to this second half. But now it's Liverpool on the attack. They've got a free kick about 30 yards from goal. Ahmad over it. And Verbruggen makes the save at the expense of a corner, which Ahmad will take. Left-footed outswinger. Kalajic heads clear. Ahmad... and that's cleared again, and the highlight comes to an end. So first sub of the second half is going to be Fabio Silva coming off and Yakubu coming on. So into the last 15 minutes. And the next sub's going to be Adam Wharton coming off for Tahumchu. And final one is going to be Guindo, replaced by Aitnori. And we're just moments away from a shock 1-0 win over Liverpool. And we have done it. Wolves 1, Liverpool 0. And I'll be back in a moment to show you the Premier League table and to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, time now to take a look at the Premier League table, and as you can see, following that sensational victory over Liverpool, we are in 18th place, so third from bottom, with 1 win, 2 draws, 5 defeats from our 8 matches, 5 points on the board. And let's have a look at when we're going to come back. And I am going to get a big chunk of games done, and I'm going to bring you back at the end of December and show you the back-to-back games against relegation rivals Luton at home and Leicester away. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.